Forget meditation retreats and living off the grid. For celebrities like Sean "Diddy" Combs, a simple life is about as likely as finding a unicorn grazing in Central Park. Just ask Puff Daddy. The business mogul and hip-hop legend has found himself embroiled in some sticky situations. Let's call them allegations juicier than a backstage writer at Coachella. These little scandals have his rivals in the music industry, like 50 Cent who, let's be honest, never misses a chance to throw shade, sharpening their claws and gleefully adding fuel to the fire. Videos keep popping up like paparazzi at a red carpet, threatening to topple the Combs music empire and leaving Puffy's image a little worse for wear, you could say.
Lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs are asking a New York court to throw out portions of a civil suit that accuses the singer of sexual assault and revenge porn. The motion filed Friday raises procedural issues with a suit filed last year by Joy Dickerson-Neal. She is claiming that Combs drugged her, then sexually assaulted her while she was a college student back in 1991. Dickerson-Neal appeared in a music video with Combs around that same time, but Combs is denying that this happened, saying that she's simply trying to get money from him.
It's accusations after accusations, and it doesn't seem to stop as the Combs empire slowly crumbles with each case against him, which is shocking enough as the Revolt TV, which he owns, was made with the intent on focusing on empowering young artists, particularly women, which is quite contradictory based on the various scandals that seems to follow right after on its members.
Dusty, but you know, come get the front shot of this.
Man.
Hey, man, minute.
Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, you know, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
Let's slow down. Okay.
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right, man.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go. Where are we going?
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you want to do? What you want to do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
In a move both audacious and questionable, Sean Combs, a revered music influencer, whisked a barely 16-year-old Justin Bieber into his garage, lavishing the starstruck teen with grand promises of home ownership and luxury rides. Introducing Bieber to a world of opulent material possessions, Combs seemed to disregard the youngster's tender age and limited maturity, leaving one to ponder the true extent of his intentions. Could these extravagant gifts merely be benevolent gestures? Or does P. Diddy harbor a more cunning agenda, seeking to ensnare the young Bieber while capitalizing on his looks and burgeoning fame? Forget baby crooner. Usher was more like Baby Boo back in the day. It turns out Justin Bieber wasn't the only teen star navigating the murky waters of fame under a mentor's wing. Remember Usher's smooth moves in Burn? Well, those same moves were apparently honed during a wild year living with P. Diddy at the ripe old age of 13. Usher's interviews paint a picture of puffy flavor camp, less like a music boot camp and more like spring break with a hip-hop mogul. Let's just say 13-year-old Usher saw things that would make even Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone go, "Whoa, hold on a sec." But hey, at least it prepared him for the crazy world of fame, right? Just don't expect Usher to recommend this experience for his own kids.
That's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay, and I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right? I know, and people know, that was around that in that time that Puff and Usher did have a situation. And that situation led Usher to the hospital. Now I let Usher explain that to y'all. I let Usher tell that story. But how dare you say a man that groomed you, you gonna give him a pass? Bruh, you know I know. Let me reframe you on something. Remember Usher? We was at the Swiss Hotel. Puff had Kim in the room, had one of Keith Sweat's baby mothers in the big room outside the master bedroom. He came outside in his robe. She gave him a fellatio right there. His back was turned to me. She gave him a fellatio. You knocked on the door. I came and opened the door for you. Puff went in the room. You came in the room and kissed that girl dead in her mouth. Now I'm telling that because you taking up for somebody that you know and a lot of more people know didn't do you right when you was at Diddy camp. Y'all put it together.
And what you mean by Diddy camp?
Remember? He was on one of the talk shows. The white guy with the curly hair. What's his name? The white guy with the curly hair. And he said, yo, would you send your son to Diddy camp? And Usher said, no. Ask him why he won't send him to Diddy camp. But yet and still you praise him.
Damn, man. And you said that, I know you can't go into detail, but you said that it was a situation where Diddy sent him to the hospital?
Let Usher explain that to you.
I moved to New York City. And I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans.
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
Sean Diddy Combs has been hit with another lawsuit just as he settles his first. Now this time, Joy Dickerson-Neal claims that she was a victim of revenge porn in addition to allegedly being drugged and sexually assaulted by the musician back in 1991. A spokesperson for Combs says the accusations are not credible and, quote, purely a money grab. Well, last week, Combs settled a legal battle with former girlfriend Cassie Ventura.
From sexual assault to revenge porn, the bad boy empire mogul isn't slowing down on receiving various accusations against his personae, as his lawyers go out of their way to turn down the accusations made as a quick money grab and clout on the situation. Diddy's legal team must be wishing for a time machine right about now. Just as they mop up one lawsuit, another splashes onto the scene like spilled champagne at a yacht party. Seems the Combs family motto is, keep it pimpin', even in the courtroom. First it was Puff Daddy himself facing accusations, and now his son, Christian Combs, is adding some unwelcome razzle-dazzle with a sexual assault lawsuit. The plot thickens faster than gravy on Thanksgiving. Looks like the Bad Boy record label might need to expand its repertoire to include lawsuit blues. Here's hoping Diddy's lawyers have a bottomless supply of metaphorical duct tape to hold this empire together. The businessman mogul seems to have been liable for aiding and abetting with his son's vices, which doesn't seem unfamiliar with him, on the yacht party scenario, while still handling various court cases on sexual assault against his person, which are pending.
New audio has surfaced as part of a lawsuit that accuses Christian Holmes, Sean Diddy Combs' son, of sexual assault. The music mogul is not accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit, but is included over allegations of liability and aiding and abetting. The lawsuit cites audio from a makeshift recording studio on the yacht where the alleged assault happened. This is the latest in a series of lawsuits filed against the rap mogul and businessman. Both men, father and son, deny the allegations against them. CNN national correspondent Camila Bernal joining me live with details on this. Camila, what more are you learning?
Hey, Fred. So in this audio that CNN has listened to, you can specifically hear the accuser who alleges that she was being forced to take this tequila shot that she believed was laced with drugs. And in the audio, you can hear her asking Christian Combs if she was being drugged. And he answers, "Take the shot." Now, just to put things into perspective, the accuser was a crew member on the yacht. She was a bartender. And she says that shortly after this incident with the shot, she says she was cornered in a room. She says things became aggressive and physical, and then says that Christian Combs forced himself on her, and then says that it wasn't until another employee on the yacht came into this room that the abuse that she is alleging in this 31-page lawsuit stopped. And she says it only stopped because that person came into the room. Now, I want to read part of what the accuser's attorney is saying right now. What he's saying is, defendant Sean Combs turned what was sold as a wholesome family excursion into a hedonistic environment. It resulted in an unexpected increase in workload for her and for her colleagues, as well as unwanted exposure to unlawful drug use, sex work, and general chaos. Now, why are they naming Diddy in all of this? And it is partially because he was leasing that yacht. Now, he is not accused of sexual assault, but he is accused in this lawsuit of liability and aiding and abetting because he was the one renting the yacht. Now, his attorney, or actually the attorney for both men, also speaking out and denying these allegations, saying this complaint is filled with manufactured lies and irrelevant facts. We will be filing a motion to dismiss this outrageous claim. Again, they have continued to say that this is something that they will fight, that they are innocent in all of this. So we'll have to wait and see how this plays out in court, if it gets to court or if it gets settled at some point, which has been the case with a previous lawsuit. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens as Diddy and his son continue to say they're innocent, and the victims here continue to say that they were sexually assaulted, Fred.
And so while music mogul Combs isn't accused of sexual assault in the lawsuit, he has been accused of a range of sexual misconduct in other separate lawsuits. How might that play into this?
Yeah, as I mentioned, one of the lawsuits was settled, but there are others that are currently pending.
Pluto, if you try me, nigga, I'ma finish it. Olive ass bitch in the corner acting innocent, but she fucking the both of y'all. Y'all was so illiterate. They not competition, no, not even a little bit. Your bitch give me that bird brain. She suck it like a weed.
Come on in here. Come on. There you go. What's your name? What? Okay, Dulce. Merci. Merci, yes. Merci.
Trafficking allegations against the music mogul.
We've also obtained new body camera video of the moment one of Combs' alleged drug mules was arrested at a South Florida airport as his homes were raided Monday.
CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joins us with those details from Watson Island, as well as the Miami rapper who's coming to Diddy's defense. Anna?
Hey, Lauren and Elliot. Yeah, so right now we're on Watson Island, right down the street from Star Island, and that's because earlier today when we went to Star Island, we were told by security that we had to leave. So that's why we're here right now. And in my hand, see this massive document? This is about 100 pages. This is the latest lawsuit filed against Diddy, and in it there are some very explosive allegations. Caught and cuffed on camera, New police body camera footage obtained by CBS News Miami shows the moment 25-year-old Brendan Paul, an alleged drug mule for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, was arrested for possession of cocaine and marijuana candies Monday at the Opa-locka Executive Airport. Diddy has been hit with 5 lawsuits over the last 4 months, accusing the rapper of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and abuse. The latest lawsuit, filed on behalf of music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, accuses Diddy of sexually assaulting, harassing, and drugging him and others, saying Mr. Combs provided laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his home in California, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Florida, and St. Bartholomew. The lawsuit goes on to say that during this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs.
I have a feeling that this is just the tip of the iceberg as it pertains to unraveling whatever scheme might be taking place.
Spencer Cooven is an attorney who represented several victims in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Cooven says though the latest lawsuit was filed just last month, he believes law enforcement has had their eyes on Diddy way before his LA and Miami properties were raided on Monday.
That means that they've been interviewing victims, they've been interviewing people behind the scenes. They probably already have numerous statements from individuals that have talked about what happened. And that is what probably supported the request for a search warrant on these properties.
Celebrities sharing their thoughts on the Diddy drama, including Miami rapper Uncle Luke, who posted a video to social media this week claiming Diddy is being targeted after he filed a lawsuit against a beverage company for racial discrimination last year.
They done smeared your name. By the time you get in the courtroom, you lost already because you're sitting up there with a jury looking at you like a pedophile, and you probably ain't never touched a little girl in your life.
Uncle Luke previously said on We in Miami podcast that he would leave Diddy's parties early.
Did you party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
Why wouldn't you stay late?
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to find out.
Diddy's private jet was spotted at the Opa-locka Executive Airport earlier this week, but his current whereabouts are unknown as the allegations against him continue to mount.
Buckle up because we're diving into the world of Puff Daddy's parties, where things were hotter than a $2 bill in July. We're talking about pyrotechnics that would make a Kiss concert jealous. Apparently, one attendee's hairstyle got a little too close to the flame. Literally. Now, rumors swirl about the guest list like glitter at a disco ball. Young stars like Justin and Usher were supposedly there, but the real question is, were there also underage ladies attending to entertain the industry bigwigs? Let's just say the innocence of a Disney Channel movie was probably not on the menu at these shindigs. If these allegations are true, then Diddy's parties weren't just wild, they were wilder than a bachelorette party gone rogue in Vegas. Turning the tower of accusations into a comedic spectacle, we find yet another brick added to the chaos surrounding the producer. In this latest saga, he's accused of playing the role of both drug mule and despicable predator. It's like he's collecting court cases like trading cards, each one more outrageous than the last. With a knack for multitasking that's truly criminal, he's managed to blend the worlds of illegal substances and unspeakable acts into one tangled web of legal trouble. If there were an award for the most absurd courtroom dramas, he'd undoubtedly be the reigning champ.
Sean Diddy Combs of drugging his alleged sex assault victims. That's one of the new details we're learning now about the sex trafficking allegations against the music mogul. We've also obtained new body camera video of the moment one of Combs' alleged drug mules was arrested at a South Florida airport as his homes were raided last week. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister joins us with those details from Watson Island, as well as the Miami rapper who is coming to Diddy's defense.
Caught and cuffed on camera. New police body camera footage obtained by CBS News Miami shows the moment 25-year-old Brendan Paul, an alleged drug mule for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, was arrested for possession of cocaine and marijuana candies Monday at the Opa-locka Executive Airport. Diddy has been hit with 5 lawsuits over the last 4 months, accusing the rapper of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and abuse. The latest lawsuit, filed on behalf of music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones, accuses Diddy of sexually assaulting, harassing, and drugging him and others, saying Mr. Combs provided laced alcoholic beverages to minors and sex workers at his home in California, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Florida, and St. Bartholomew. The lawsuit goes on to say that during this time, Mr. Jones was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts to the pleasure of Mr. Combs.
I have a feeling that this is just the tip of the iceberg as it pertains to unraveling whatever scheme might be taking place.
Spencer Cooven is an attorney who represented several victims in the Jeffrey Epstein case. Cooven says though the latest lawsuit was filed just last month, he believes law enforcement has had their eyes on Diddy way before his LA and Miami properties were raided on Monday.
That means that they've been interviewing victims, they've been interviewing people behind the scenes. They probably already have numerous statements from individuals that have talked about what happened. And that is what probably supported the request for a search warrant on these properties.
Celebrities sharing their thoughts on the Diddy drama, including Miami rapper Uncle Luke, who posted a video to social media this week claiming Diddy is being targeted after he filed a lawsuit against a beverage company for racial discrimination last year.
They done smeared your name. By the time you get in the courtroom, you lost already because you're sitting up there with a jury looking at you like a pedophile, and you probably ain't never touched a little girl in your life.
Uncle Luke previously said on We in Miami podcast that he would leave Diddy's parties early.
Did you party with Diddy a lot?
Oh, no, not really. I would go to the party and leave early.
Why wouldn't you stay late?
I go to the party and leave early. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what goes on after hours, but
He wasn't trying to find out.
I wasn't trying to find out.
Drugged her, beat her, forced her to have sex with male prostitutes, and that even at the end of their relationship, he forced his way into her home and raped her. Now, Diddy's vehemently denying these serious allegations. His legal team says this is about money and that Cassie's been trying to extort him, demanding $30 million. How challenging is it going to be for each of them to make their case in court?
So, Dan, there are challenges on both sides for these parties making their arguments in court. For Cassie, the main issue is going to be corroboration.
You know, I know Diddy 30 years. I'm just praying. It's a very sad situation. I don't know enough about it. That's as far as I could go. I stood up last night, maybe 4 hours, praying for him and his kids. His kids, I know them all their life. So, you know, I'm just praying for everybody.
Have you had a chance to talk to him at all since this has been?
Nah, very sad occasion, no.
What about
I know what you guys know.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knew back in the day that Meek Mills and Puff was a little too friendly. Anytime two rappers or two people in the industry come dressed up alike on more than one occasion, listen here, man. My dudes in Philly, I got some real strong dudes in Philly. They don't play that shit. And they probably embarrassed for the fact to see that Meek Mills, one of the street guys that came out of there, got caught up in this Hollywood, whereas that he's dressing the same shit. He dressing like Diddy, hugged up with Diddy. I think that Lil Rod know a lot of shit, but I know this. Two men dress alike, it's just like two men laying down.
P. Diddy's spiral of legal woes deepens as his ex escalates their dispute with allegations of sexual assault. While his legal team vehemently denies the claims, it's clear that the situation has taken a somber turn. Amidst the turmoil, fellow colleague Fat Joe extends heartfelt prayers for Diddy's children and family, acknowledging the gravity of the situation. It's a stark reminder of the complexities that often lurk behind the glitz and glamour of the music industry, where personal struggles can overshadow even the most celebrated careers. That's all for today's video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned.